welcome back, you inglorious bastards and magnificent bitches. It is I, Doc Kumo, and we're just gaming, and we're going to do some Final Fantasy VI. The Pixel Remaster just came out. This is the first JRPG I've ever played. It's why I love JRPGs. We got our coffee, we got our water. I think we're going to do this. We're going to do a perfect stats playthrough. So there'll be a lot of low level, there'll be a lot of no leveling. And in order to fill the bestiary that we have in this version of the game, there'll be a lot of fighting mobs and then restarting. Because I want to manipulate the Vedlt formations for easier gold farming, guild farming and such. So we'll explain that as we go along. Let me make sure everything's happening. Click new game real quick. New game. We got everything going. We got all of our screens going. And we can switch into the game screen. Here we go. The ancient war of the Magi, its flames last. Oh, we missed that. In the 1,000 years that followed, iron, gunpowder, and steam engines took the place of magic, and life slowly returned to the barren land. This is the opening. Anybody that plays it can look it up. This is an old game. It was Final Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo. It's Final Fantasy 6 in the series. And this is particular the Switch Pixel Remaster version. Yet there now stands who would remake the Magic Edges, conquered the this revolutionized JRPGs, adding the story, the sprite animations. I'm curious to see the differences between the game, being my favorite Final Fantasy, probably my favorite JRPG. Favorite game only next to Zelda. Zelda takes the cake for that one. I love Zelda. Listen to that sound. The orchestra was already like the music is already it's so much better. The colors are brighter. Wedge, the city. Biggs. Hard to believe an Esper's been frozen there for thousands of years. The War of the Magi. Bob, probably just another wild goose chase. I don't know. That would have let us useless. They were confident the intel was good. Ah, yes, a witch. Oh, yes, she fried 50 of our Magitech armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kinda makes your skin crawl, don't it? Relax with that thing on her head. She's a mindless puppet. The girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to. That's just sad. They got Terra here. She's, a slave and shit, so... Boom, 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 boom. The opening crawl. Here we go. They changed the credits here. It's not the original credits. Oh, it does. I guess it has the original music stuff in there, but this was much more in depth here. Just listen to that orchestra. I don't want to get too spoilers for those that haven't seen this yet. But the story, man, it was the first of its kind of the day of the era to actually try to do something a bit darker. So it's just gorgeous. Just gonna listen to this for a little bit because they put a lot of work into it. And it's good to give credit to the guys that are I can't even speak today. Responsible for bringing this back to life because it took a lot of work probably to remaster this. But this is the opening crawl. Magitech armor. Terror, Wedge, and Biggs headed to Narsh. You can see Narsh up there on the left-hand side. The lights and stuff on the side of the mountain. The girl takes point and don't waste our time. The riffraff, remember, we're just here. Let's move. All right, so now we're in Narsh. It's going to give us some basic controls, but we don't need that. We don't need that. Now we got to get our controls going. Got to get our controls going. So we want to do a couple of things to get the perfect stats. We're going to put Biggs and Wedge in the back. We're going to do some configuration. Going to make it active just to make it a little bit more difficult for us. We'll change the message speed. We'll keep that normal, actually. Put that on run. Re-equip optimal. Font style classic. I believe that's all we want. Quick save. I'm going to quickly get mixed up with the controls here. Alright, so we got Biggs, Wedge, and our girl Terra there going into Narsh. And we're going to manipulate the Vedlt, so we're not going to take every formation. So we don't really want to go right here because they'll send a dog after you. A Silver Lobo, and we'll get the Silver Lobo later on, which makes it redundant. But you don't have to manipulate the Vedlt. I'm doing that for my own purposes. The guide I watched, and we're going to have to adjust this real quick, but the guide I watched just made it a little bit easier for that to happen. So we want the face group. We want to edit. We want to transform the face group. No. We messed that up. We want the face group, damn it. How the hell do I edit that? Ingest that? Because that's, yeah, see, that's just going to be that again. You know what? We're going to make it easy on ourselves. Why won't it let me move that? Oh. That's why it won't let me adjust any of this stuff. That's why it won't let me adjust any of this stuff. Now you can actually read the chat. I think that might be important. I mean, you can read the text box. We probably have to move our chat box too, right? No, that's good. All right, we're going to go with this setup. This seems like the optimal setup to me. All right, let's continue on. Imperial Magitech Hammer, not even Narsh is safe anymore. So like I said, I'm gonna manipulate the Vedlt for easier farming later on, so I don't have redundant formations. But we're gonna fight every monster. But the goal here is actually to kill off Terror. No! We already messed up. We have already messed up because I'm getting the buttons backwards. The I don't know. I don't know why I do that with every game I start. I mix up the buttons. Let's load our no. See, I'm still doing it. Let's load our quick save. Make sure that we get our manipulations going. That's still not a good place for my face group. We're gonna have to move it over here. Yeah, we're gonna have to move the face group over here because I can't read the menus. Lots of manipulation. I'm sorry, I should have had most of this set up beforehand. I'm a very spontaneous last minute type of guy, you know what I mean? Alright, so we get that going. We can see our abilities now. Let's back up. They're in the right formations. And now we can do it. I don't want redundant enemy formations on the Vedlt. I want it to cycle through enemies quicker so I can get rages quicker and things like that. But we're going to do the bestiary too, which is going to require us to restart sometimes after fighting some monsters because we don't necessarily want their pack formations on the Vedlt because they're redundant because Gal starts with them rages or whatever. Or we want to cycle it so much and we want to leave certain groups empty and stuff, so the only way to do the bestiary and do that and do the perfect stats is to do some reset and recycling and stuff. But anyway, Imperial not even Narsha safe anymore. Now we can get into this, and I can hit the right button. So the idea here, as I was saying, is we're gonna kill off Terror, and we're gonna soak up the EXP with Biggs and Wedge. That's how we're going to complete this challenge. Dun, 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 dun. Bear, 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 dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Don't mind me. I'm nostalgia of the music. It's just funny. So I didn't know this prior to me initially trying this on my own before ultimately deciding to give up that halfway through and to decide to redo it on stream with you guys. With this like pattern in the middle, like great thing right here. I can't really say pointing where Terror is standing on right now, the avatar. If you touch the middle, it'll trigger a battle. You can actually avoid that battle somehow. At least you used to be able to. Yeah, so you can kind of avoid that battle. You don't because it's a redundant formation. It's the same enemies that you're gonna fill, so it's just something cool to know. But we're gonna just power on through this. Biggs and Wedge is more than enough to handle this opening crawl area. More than enough. But see, like Terror is gaining no experience, and we want to do that because you only get I'm new to this. I didn't know this growing up either, and I was wondering why my stats are really low going into the final Kefka fight, the final boss fight. It was because Espers, when you level up, you only get health and minimal stats, and the Espers help give you strength, magic points, stuff like that. So I was actually doing things the wrong way. Let's do a healing force. But I was doing things the wrong way, and I want to mess that up. So periodically, your characters will leave and come back, and you'll have to re-average their XP. The game will re-average their XP. And by keeping their XP low and not gaining levels until we get espers and we can and get past some of that, we can manipulate and maximize the stat points. So we can make, if we want to make a physical character like a paladin or whatever, we can maximize the boosts to the stats for said character when we plan their level up, when we collect a bunch of the espers later on in the game. But unfortunately, it requires us to go through much of this early game low level, like really, really low level. According to its sources, some miners unearthed the frozen esper in a new shaft they were digging. This must be it. It's going to explain save points. I think we all understand how save points work. We're going to keep Terra, like I said, dead. But we're going to just kill a were-rat and then reset it. I want this... I want the enemies in this cave to be in the bestiary. And I was watching a video where they said you could do that. You can fight some battles, you can reset it to the title screen, come back in, and the enemy will be in your bestiary. But it won't show up on the Vedlt. Because there's a couple enemies there. There's the were-rats, and then I think a bandit. We're just gonna get a couple battles and see. The next couple battles, if we don't, we'll reset it and then head into the boss battle, because that's just how winning is done. Yeah, bandit. See, because you gotta like kill it once to get it in the bestiary, I guess. Maybe there's one more enemy here, like a specter or spritzer. The game is much brighter. And the image is a lot clearer. Like, a lot clearer. It's, like, so big that they can't even get through. And, like, it's crazy. But I thought that was unique in this game. And like other games, it's the goal is to just level. But this one, if you really want to maximize the stats, you're going to stay low level early game. We're going to do one more battle, I think, and see if we get what we need. And then I'm pretty sure there's one more enemy in this cave, but that might be in a different section, because sometimes each area of the cave has different random battles that you can encounter. So keep that in mind, because you can miss that sometimes. Wrong button. Start. Return to title screen. Yes, you can miss some enemies in certain areas in some instances. Because if you're not worried about manipulating the Vedlt or whatever, because you don't have to be. That's just to maximize the time. I want to spend the least amount of time on the Vedlt collecting items and stuff. So now we shouldn't have those pack manipulations in the Vedlt. However, it should be in our bestiary. So let's look at our bestiary real quick. I don't know where we find that. Yeah, we have these. Now we have them in our bestiary. But those specific enemy formations should not show up on the Vedlt. So, no, I came in here to do this, even though I keep getting the buttons mixed up. So used to the different control scheme. I forgot to do something. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do this again. I'm just an idiot. Like this type of playthrough really is easier to do this time around because you can in this Switch version. I mean, if you really want to, you can boost EXP gain. You can boost skill gain. You can boost AP gain when you're learning magic from Espers. If you really want to challenge, you can also decrease all that shit. But you can turn encounters on and off, and that's just a click of the right stick. And it'll help us not encounter things when we don't want to encounter certain enemy formations. So it's just a certain quality of life improvement while we go through this type of playthrough challenge. I'll handle this. Stand back. All right, Biggs, take down the door. Booyah! There we go. What are we doing? We're not handling. We're not handing over the Esper. Of course not. Ymir, get him. So we're gonna fight Ymir, which is a Welk. Now, you don't want to hit this thing's shell if you haven't played this before, because those that know, but those that don't know, it'll do a counter attack and it'll fuck the shit up. This thing's they must train a guard of mine. What are you talking about? You know what this is? Ever heard of lightning Welk? Yes, it's a lightning Welk. I get it. It absorbs your attack, Biggs. That's what Biggs is pretty much explaining what I just did right now. All right. So we can fight with her this time. She should not gain experience from this fight. See, we're already gonna run into yes. That's what we wanted to avoid. He might get messed up there. But yeah, you just kind of heal you guys, hang off, wait until the guy shows back up. I mean, she does really lots of damage, so. Her Magitech missile. She's the only one that really gets that skill, too. I guess it's supposed to denote her skill with magic. As the title of this stream is, she is the girl born with magic, so. Come on, my man. Come back, my guy. Come back, my guy. Come on. There we go. But we're going to hit you with another Magitech missile. I forget exactly what slime does. Let's hit you with a fire beam. Hit you with another fire beam. Oh, damn. Well, at least they, like, spread it across my guys. But this is a pretty easy fight early on. I think it's just to give you a concept of Espers and Magitech and stuff. Because you don't really use these Magitech suits, but like once or twice more. Oh, and it shows you down here. The slime is a slow. I've never noticed that before. That's good to note. And we have one. Like the animation, it sounds crisper than the original version. But they've taken out all the cutscenes from the PlayStation version, and I don't understand that. That makes absolutely no sense to me because I think those added to the game. And that was a lot of hard work that people put the work in, and it's just a lot of hard work. All right. And we're going to So the Esper is frozen. This is the first Esper you meet. Frozen Esper. We'll learn its name later. I forget. Trilock, I think, but I think that might be the correct translation because the original translation was off. This thing is giving the creeps. This thing's giving me the creeps. Something's not right. The frozen creature begins emitting eerie light. Oh yeah, reacting to my girl Terra here. Where the light's coming from? Where? What was that, Wedge? Wedge, why? Where are you? Hey, what's going on? All right. He's gonna mess up the Magitech armor, fuck up that slave crown, and free my homegirl here. Where am I? And I only just removed the crown. My head hurts. We might have to make my webcam smaller to make sure we don't mess up the text box. Easy there. This is a slave crown. The others were only using it to control you. It was robbing you of your thoughts, making it so you'd do whatever they told you. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry. It'll come back to you. Time, that is. I like this, like, this little animation. It's not much, but for what it was back in the day, I really, really, really loved it. A mysterious young woman born with the gift of magic and enslaved by the Gestalian Empire. Terror. Select names. Calf. We're just gonna keep her name the way it is. I don't want to change it at all. We're just gonna right through it. My name is Tara. Impressive. I've never heard anyone recovering so fast. Then it must be made of tougher stuff than most. She is definitely made of tougher stuff than most. Oh no, the fuzz! Open up! This is the police! We're here for the Magitech armor pilot. They're here to get Terror because they think she's a Magitech soldier because of what she was just doing and stuff. Even though it wasn't her fault. You know, slavery. Open this door right now. Hand over that girl. She's an agent of the Empire. Empire Magitech armor. There's no time to explain. You need to get out of here. These fools aren't going to listen to reason. This way, quickly. Before I leave, though, you want to come over here and boom, grab the elixir. I don't remember that explanation point being there in the original. Make your way out of town through the mines. I'll try to buy you some time. And we just leave. But they're going to catch us here. Up there. It's the fuzz. Oh no, run. Run, Tara, run. They're on to us. Now, there are some treasure chests in this area. And I'm going to do the stream, so we're going to show you both treasures. They upgrade the second time around, the second time you come through here. So I'm going to show you what they are real quick. Reload. And then I really want to leave them for the next time around. So when that time arounds, I can show you what they are. So if you're watching this ahead of time instead of playing along through, you can really plan ahead and decide what you really want to do. So here right now it's a Phoenix down and a sleeping bag. Just keep that in mind as you're doing this. You're playing through because you might want the second items when we come back through here the next time around. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be as informative here as possible because I wanted like the gaming. It's like one of my hobbies, and this is later on. Don't worry about it. You'll come back through here with Mog. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna get cornered here. So far, there's not any real big changes in the translation that I can tell. We're gonna get the first real sequence. We're gonna get some backstory for our homegirl Terra here. My sweet little magic user. Kefka. Now this dude is one evil motherfucker, man. With the slave crown, you'll be all mine. Bum, 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 bum. One evil motherfucker. Like, so evil that to test her power and his control over her, Kefka is really making her kill Imperial army right now. Like, this is her own men. Like, her own men. And that is insane to me. Like, really insane to me. Fixing the webcam here. That's... You gotta be really evil. Like really sadistically evil to, like, burn your own men. Burning your own men. We gotta get some light up in here. We got next to Terra, that's General Celeste, and then you got General Leo, and then the Emperor, of course. Soldiers of the Empire, stand at the dawn of a new age. The lost power of magic returned to us. We have been chosen. The time has come for us to claim our rightful dominion over the world. And I actually want to take this whole group and just adjust it just a teensy tiny bit so we can get this entire world here. So that nothing shall stand in our way. Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gestalt. And we're going to cut. And we're going to be introduced to our next character. I like this character, but he's not my favorite. But he has the steal ability, and that's pretty fucking useful. Today took you long enough, busy with all the robbing and plundering, I presume. Like this, the animations were so cutting edge in the time. It's just beautiful. A treasure hunter and trial-worn traveler search over relics of the past. And now we're gonna do luck. We don't want to we want to keep the name, but it doesn't look like it's gonna let us. It actually opened up a screen in the capture program that I don't know why didn't pop up on screen. But you know, it is what it is. We want to name our man Luck. I prefer the term treasure hunting. Semantic nonsense. There's a huge difference. And like, they each have their own theme. It helps give the characters personality. Like, for the time, like, that was like just sweet. But I like the orchestra going on here from the original, like, electronic tones, because you know the Super Nintendo was limited in sound. Anyway, there's nothing you need me to do. There's indeed. I met the girl. Girl, you don't mean the city guard is pursuing her as we speak. The city has the strength to stand up to the Empire, but it won't use it. The people are just too stubbornly independent to join an underground resistant group like the Returners. I tried to explain that the Empire was controlling the girl, but they wouldn't even listen. Of course, they won't listen. You know, somebody comes in and they kill a bunch of your peeps. You kind of have like murder goggles on, and you get blinders on, and you kind of don't want to listen to nobody. All right, so you want me to get her out of Nosh? That would be the idea. Make your way to Figaro for the time being. So for those of you that may be just tuning in, we're doing a low-level perfect stats playthrough. So there's going to be a lot of avoiding fighting and using the Moogles and not leveling until we get some Espers. Because the Espers really boost your stats when you level up. And if you level too much early on, you can really stunt your growth. So there she is. And we're also going to try and fill the bestiary while manipulating felt formations. So there's going to be a lot of like quick saving, fighting some enemy formations, and then restarting the game. But a lot of these earlier formations are redundant, and we don't have to worry about it. There she is. Wonderful. That's a whole bunch of them. Kupo and the Moogles. Game's a lot brighter in this version. Are you saying you want help? Kupo! You can go through this if you want. We're not going to listen to the tutorial or read the tutorial. We are going to... No, that's the right one. We want to... What's the button to switch parties? We do want to do a couple of things. We want to come on to Mog here because he's going to come into our party. And we want to remove all of his stuff because we're going to deal with him later. We're going to move Lockup out of the way. And we're going to work with this party. And that's going to do some things. So let's put them all into the back because we're not going to get any experience. They're going to get low level. And there's no formations you can really miss here. So if you want to manipulate the Vedlt so you can cycle through packs, more enemy pack formations more efficiently, you don't have to encounter them, but you don't really have to do that. So you can fight as many and run away or encounter or level up as much as you want here. I'm just going for that, high stat playthrough. And we're just really just going to go straight for the boss. So we're going to let them all pass. And we'll get to the boss in plenty of time before they get to Terra. So it's just like, we got to let this one come by and then let that one come by and then... Just in case... Yeah, just in case we... I keep missing the buttons around, but just in case we fail. But this is a pretty easy fight early on. Most of the early fights, and most RPGs, they're tutorial fights. If you want to, you can steal an item from this fight. You can run away. You can let him kill Locke and Glock's party, and then return with Mog, and then continue on. But it's pretty easy. This is old school gaming. It's just like turn-based RPG combat. I don't want to move the row. We're gonna but I want to maximize stats. Like later on in the playthrough, it's not going to be so much of a issue as it is this early on. But see, they absorbed all the EXP from that fight. We didn't pick up any of those pack formations. And we're prime for we're still prime for Vedlt pack manipulation. Thanks, Moogle, when you're dead. And we have Mog's items because we're gonna get Mog later on as a character. But like I really love this. I don't know if it's just nostalgia goggles or if it was like the first game I played on the Super. Well, the first game I really played on Super Nintendo was Super Mario World, but that's the first game I chose to play in the Super Nintendo. I remember going to Blockbuster. I remember picking it up. I just it revolutionized. It made me fall in love with RPGs. It really like informs my gaming choices and my gaming tastes moving forward throughout my life. Um, this Switch oughta. I mean, you didn't really need to have Locke say that to tell you the truth, because we can clearly see and hear him flip the switch. But it is what it is. You're back with us now, and Terry just woke up. You saved me, saved you thanks to the moguls. I can't remember a thing. It's like minds trapped in a fog. You lost your memory. A man said it would come back eventually. So if you got amnesia, don't worry. I won't leave your side until your memory returns. I'm not going to up and abandon you, someone, just because they lost their memory. I'll keep you safe, I promise. Some of the dialogue does fall flat, but it was pretty good for what it was at the time. So this area right here is kind of like a adventurous school. We're not really gonna go in here and read everything, but that can heal you up. There's a we're gonna make our first real save here. Still gonna quick save. There's a monster in this box. We can come back later on when we're not worried about pack manipulations and stuff so much. There was an item there that you can pick up. That doesn't upgrade. Because the sleeping bag here you can grab. That doesn't upgrade. I believe that's it. There's a potion you can grab. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You can talk to these people if you want to. We're not going to do... we'll see if but this school beginning adventure, despite all the recent advances, technology outside remains full of monsters we know little about. We're here to provide the travelers enough face dangers. And later on, when you get espers, a ghost will appear right here where Locke is going up and down. And he'll explain how that system works. Because they don't really explain it too good. But now, so here we're going to do a couple of things, right? Because we want to get some of these enemy pack formations for the bestiary. Since none of this is missing, we can pretty much come back to this area and get them later on. But sometimes, like when we get to Mount Colts, we're going to have to fight some enemy pack formations and then restart. And I'm sorry if those of you have been here for a while, as I've said that a few times. But I got to those tuning in live, coming in now. We're coming in the future to know really what's really going on here. Halt. Oh, it's you. Proceed. Yeah, it's me. Get out of my way. And this is Figaro. There's not much you can do here right now. You can loot the stuff here. It doesn't change. He gives you items. But there is some things you do want to buy over here. He has some tools. You can get the Bioblaster if you want to. We're gonna, because why not get it early? But you definitely need the Noise Blaster. Remember that. If you're doing a perfect stats playthrough like I am, and you're using this as a guide like I did when I first did mine, it's important to understand that you need the Noise Blaster. That's going to come on in handy later on. You can get it elsewhere, but that's really going to come in handy later on before we get it elsewhere. But otherwise, we're going to come in here and talk to Edgar. You mean this woman is... He's just going to look her up and down. Who are you? Oh, my apologies. And it does this with every character, which is what I like. How rude of me to turn my back on a lady at very first meeting. This does. I like that. The young king of Figaro Castle, imperial ally and champion of technological revolution. We're going to go with Edgar, because that's what we really want, Edgar. I am Edgar, the king of Figaro. Are you surprised that someone like me knows a king? We'll catch you two later. Locke's just going to run off and leave me. So you're an Imperial soldier, right? Don't worry. Figaro and the Empire allies. Feel free to rest here as long as you like. And it's not my blood harm, ladies. Why are you being so kind to me? Is it because of my abilities? Tisk, 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 tisk. I'll give you 3 reasons, my lady. First of all, your broody has captivated me. Secondly, I'm dying to know if I'm your type. And I guess your abilities would rank a distant third. Flattery will get you everywhere, Edgar, I guess. What's the matter? Guess my technique's getting a bit rusty. Am I supposed to... Some girls would have felt something for those words, but not me. I mean, you're a magic tech hardened enslaved warrior chick. It's... We're going to buy a couple of things here. I just want a couple of potions. We'll pick up a tent later on, but I wanted a couple of potions. There is, I believe it's on this side. You can talk to these guys if you. This will allow you to sleep and heal up. But I do believe it on this side. It allows you to get a little backstory on Edgar's brother and meet one of the characters early on. And I like to do this early. Edgar has a twin brother. He knows this nice boy thinking of family. Because it's a nice little, like, story tidbit. Because the story changes depending on who you have in your character and who you bring at certain points. And that was really revolutionary at the time that this came out. What's wrong with Dad? Why is everyone talking about a successor? Are you blind? Haven't you seen how thin his face has become? What do you mean? Edgar. Are you crying? Sabin here, he was really... He's a heart of gold, but he really is like a big dumb bear. Edgar's twin brother who traded the throne for his own freedom. And we'll learn later on... That's not exactly what happened. It's not exactly what happened at all. I don't. I'm putting a name in, and I'm distracted by typing in his name. But Edgar really allowed Sabin to have his freedom that Sabin wanted, even though Edgar didn't really want the throne. So, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. I don't want to give too many spoilers because I know some people don't like that. But you have been warned. This game is since 1994. We're gonna be spoiling the shit out of this. He was just a boy when he left, even smaller than his brother. I often wonder where he is now and what he's doing. All right, but that just allows you to get that little scene and name Sabin. You could search around the castle more. There's not much more. I suppose you could rest. I suppose you could probably leave. It's been a while. I haven't really tried. But we're going to talk to Edgar and continue on. Because for this stream, we really want to take it all the way to... past the Returner's hideout to where the scenarios split. That's my goal for this stream. How do you like my castle? Edgar, there's someone from the Empire here to see you, sir. Kefka, no doubt. Like, this dude's really, like, crazy evil. And he has a maniacal laugh. You get to hear it for the first time here. Phony Emperor Gastel's stupid orders. Phooey. Edgar and Pinhead, why do you live out in the middle of the stinking desert? So you leave them alone most of the time. These recon jobs are pits. There's a sand on my boots. Clean off my boots, peons, even though we're in a desert. And they're going to get sandy as soon as I move. All gone, sir. Just such a, like... It brings this character to life. I really love pixel art. It's sad that nobody does the art of pixel art anymore. Sir Kefka, what in the world brings you out of my way? Look at him. He just nods. You have to talk to this guy. You wouldn't think of being invading my kingdom, would you? We would be alliance as a soldier. Sometimes it just like skips through like that, which is sad. You wouldn't be thinking of my invading kingdom, would you? We have an allegiance. An alliance with the miserable little sandpit make me laugh. I tried that because I went through and I did it myself beforehand just to check a little bit. I didn't go much past this, but sometimes it skips the audio there. I don't know if there's like a lag with my hitting the A button, but we'll see. I hear you've been busy down south taking over the country of three. Just what is the Empire up to? That's none of your concern. And now we can talk to Kefka. What brings Emperor Gastel's own court mage, Kefka, to my humble castle? A girl of no importance recently escaped from us. We heard she found refuge here. A girl of no importance escaped from us, and we want her back. We heard she was here, so we're here. If she wasn't important to you, why are you here? Like, why are you specifically here? And not, like, just a peon group to come and collect her. This wouldn't have to do with that witch everyone's been whispering about, would it? Edgar is not dumb. Lies, she merely stole something of minor value. Is she here? That's a tough one. There are more girls in here than grains of sand in the desert. A man couldn't possibly keep track of them all. Oh, Edgar, you'll know you only stand to lose by trying to hide her from us. He. You truly hope nothing happens to your precious Figaro. So, of course, Keffer's not buying it, and he's going to passively, aggressively threaten Edgar here. And now we're going to have to get ready. I didn't like the sound of that. Where's Terra? Take her to her room. I'd love to stay and chat, but the Chancellor and I have some planning to do. Being a king, not all tea and crumpets. Now, if you excuse me. Follow me, follow me. So the funny thing is you could go ahead of him, and it kind of stopped me there, but you could go ahead of him and, like, cut him off. It's not letting me do it, but you could cut him off, and he'll still somehow be in this room. Yeah. You'll see that. Sorry, I didn't mean to drag you around like this without giving you a chance to rest. I'm Lockwright. Edgar told me about you. It's true you're a thief. I'm a treasure hunter. I'm a treasure hunter! He got all, like, matter of fact about it. They had to, like, put it in caps. On the surface, Edgar pretends to support the Empire. Truth is, he collaborated with an underground resistance group called the Returners. I served as their go-between. The old man you met in Arsh was one of us too, the Empire, but I'm an Imperial soldier. Not anymore. They were using you. It's all things different now. It's just I don't know what I should do. Whatever I try to think, it just makes my head hurt even worse. All that matters is that you make your own decisions from now on. Try not to think too hard right now. You'll know what you'll want to do when the time comes. But how will I know what the choice is right? I mean, you're just going to have to do the choice. It's right to you. So I'm going to wake up into the middle of the night because something's just not right for Edgar. He doesn't feel right. Castle's going to be all on fire. Edgar's just going to run through fire. Even though I think that's supposed to be on top, but he's just going to run through fire. Captain's going to show up. What do you think you're doing? We're going to come up here. We're going to tell our man to get her ready. He's going to, yes, sir. And then Kefla's going to come up, and you're going to think that he's telling my man to get Terra ready. But that's not what he's telling my man to do, and you're going to find out. You're going to see here in a second. Had a change of heart. It seems I have no choice. Or perhaps I do. And now you're going to get into a fight here that you can't avoid. And so you just get through it as best you can. Just power through it. Oh, my brave noble king abandoned his people to save his own skin. Utterly delightful. You have no idea what's going on. Like, my man should have closed the door with what's about to happen. But that's a small gripe. My man should be closing these doors. All right, sink her into the sand. Yahoo! And like, this is like watching this happen for the first time as a kid in '94. There's probably going to be a lot of that throughout this playthrough, by the way. A lot of me going back to me being nostalgic for the past. Do something. Come on, Kefka. Go, kill them! I got a podcast, if you're a political and news podcast, pop culture one. www.thatsomepoint.info if you're interested, but that's not why we're here. Like I said, lock and steal. We'll check to see if that they could steal. But we're gonna. Oh, that's gonna re-row us up front. I wanted to stay backwards, so let's unfuck that mess. And we'll have lock heal. Terra user magic. And we're going to use auto crossbow with Edgar here. And it's just pretty much... I do like the... You get a little scene here. When Terra uses magic for the first time. And I guess they really first forced the scene, even if you... Like, no matter what now. You used to be able to miss it if you didn't use magic. What's the matter, Edgar? What made you jump all of a sudden? Did you just see what I saw? You did, right? And it's funny, because magic's going to become second nature to everyone here. Like, absolutely everyone here. Yeah, kid. Really something. There was magic. Magic, and now Locke's going to freak out, because she used magic, which was Terra. Your name was Terra. Terra, right? What? What was exactly you did just now? And she's going to, I'm sorry, and she's going to freak out, and then Locke's going to console her. But this is a really neat scene. And I like how they play the scenes out in the battle screen. Like, it's just phenomenal. Now are the ones who should be apologizing. I didn't mean to make such a big deal out of it. Nor did I. It just surprises me. I mean, we've never actually seen magic before. Where did you? It doesn't matter, does it? Terra could use magic, and we can't. That's all there is to it. The fact is, her magic could really help us right now. Thank you, Locke. Thank you, Edgar. Wink. And they're all going to pine over her. Well, we're just going to kind of kick, because they have nothing to steal, and we showed you that. We're just going to kind of keep going through here. Again, you don't get any experience points here, so you don't have to worry about that. Bravo, Figaro! Son of a sandworm, you'll pay for this! That was great. Where those people I'd been scared. Terra, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Like I told you before, we were members of the Returners. Would you be willing to meet our leader? Magic is going to be the key to winning this war. Magic. The Espers reacted to your magical powers. There got to be relationship. I just don't know any more than you do. These powers just come naturally to me, but no human is born with the powers you have. And now she's going to freak out again. Forgive me, what should I do? The Empire will be coming after us. They want the power with their own. And if they get them, the world is done for. Terry, you want to understand your own powers, don't you? But then I think you should meet with Bannon. He may be able to help you find out more about why you have them. Please, Edgar, that's right. There's a cave just south of here that leads to South Figaro. Let's head into that direction. Do. And then we get open up here, and we get to run around on the Chocobo. But I think we're going to leave this stream here for now. I think that you're going to... Why won't you just jump off the stupid Chocobo, guy? Really? Thank you. Thank you. Finally, you jump off the Chocobo. I think that's good for the first stream. Perfect Stats Guide, Girl Cried Stream. The girl who cried... Oh, the girl cried. I'm not even thinking the girl born with magic. A girl born with magic. I can't even speak today. As always, I'm Doc Camo. We're just gaming. This has been Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. And you can use it as a guide, but and I'm going for perfect stats and belt manipulation and shit, just to see if there's any changes to the old version that I was playing. But you know, I watched my own version of this, and you can check out his guide too. Let me get the name of it. I'm bad with names. I blew up in Afghanistan, so forgive me for having to look things up sometimes. Where are we? The obsessive compulsive gamer. I've been watching his guide and I've been trying it myself, but I decided I should just stream it, you know, because I gotta be productive with my time. And this is the best way to do it. So I thank all of you that join me now during live. I thank all of you who join me in the future. We can't do this without each and every one of you inglorious bastards and magnificent bitches. But I'm trying to maximize the benefit of my hobby and share it with other people because I can't just be a crusty old veteran hermit, you know? We got to do other things. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.